What's happening, guys, and welcome back to NBA Reloaded. If the not exactly family-friendly interactions between former Boston Celtics point guard Kyrie Irving and the Celtics fans in the arena for Irving's Brooklyn Nets Game 1 against Boston on Sunday were getting in the Duke product's head, it certainly didn't show up in the box score. Here's how Kyrie Irving responds to the hate. But as usual, before we get started, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our future videos going forward. Number 5. Kyrie Irving subtly flipped off Celtics fans after chant.
NBA's ever seen, all because of his choice not to get vaccinated. Not playing part-time, now full-time.
Boston won a thriller in Game 1 versus the Nets when Jason Tatum hit a buzzer-beating layup. The Celtics' victory overshadowed an incredible performance from Irving, which is 39 points and 6 assists, that will mostly be remembered for his interactions with the road crowd. You could feel the hostility in the air from the Celtics fans as soon as Irving walked in the arena. The antagonism only grew more noticeable as Irving hit jumper after jumper. There were loud Kyrie sucks chants going on throughout the game. While Irving was inbounding the ball at one point, he gave Celtics fans the middle finger behind his head. Number 4. The history between Celtics fans and Kyrie Irving.
Two fans right there. Someone said something. Kyrie came back, questioned this.
Irving's first season with the Celtics was going well initially. Boston headed into the All-Star break at 40-19 overall and in second place in the Eastern Conference despite an injury to Gordon Hayward in the first game of the season. Irving was having an excellent campaign, averaging 24 points per game while displaying his signature combination of shooting, scoring, and ball handling. Sharing the floor with rookie wing Jason Tatum and second-year forward Jaylen Brown, Boston appeared to have one of the brightest futures in the league. Then Irving suffered a knee injury and had to undergo surgery. While he was originally slated to return for the playoffs, he was eventually ruled out for the season. Without Irving, the young Celtics led the team on a shocking run to the Eastern Conference Finals before losing in 7 games to Irving's former team, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Boston was expected to be a powerhouse heading into the next season, with Irving set to return heading into the final year of his contract. When asked if he would sign an extension to keep him in Boston, Irving said he would sign with the Celtics if they wanted to keep him. The 2018-19 season was a frustrating one for Boston. The Celtics fell short of sky-high expectations as Irving at times beefed with his younger teammates. Boston eventually grabbed the number 4 seed in the East playoffs and swept the Indiana Pacers in the first round of the playoffs. The Celtics then faced the Milwaukee Bucks in the second round and won Game 1 behind 26 points from Irving. The Bucks responded by winning the next 4 games to eliminate Boston. Number 3. Irving's response on Instagram.
Think rationally. How many people are really thinking rationally? I'm not the focus here.
Irving and the TD Garden crowd heckled one another in a continuation of their mutual ire, with the Nets star the subject of frequent and loud boos and trash talk from fans, and Irving responded in kind with a salute of ill repute a few times during the game. When asked about the atmosphere and his likely to be fined responses, the Brooklyn point guard shared his perspective on the hostile reception. "It's the same energy they have for me, and I'm going to have the same energy for them," he continued. "It's not every fan. I don't want to attack every fan, every Boston fan, but when people start yelling expletives and all this stuff, there's only so much you can take as a competitor, and we're the ones expected to be docile and be humble and take a humble approach. No expletive that. It's the playoffs is what it is. I know what to expect here, and it's the same energy I'm giving back to them. It is what it is. I'm not really focused on it. It's fun. I'm seeing again, where I'm from, I've dealt with so much. So coming in here, you relish it as a competitor, and I'm gonna keep repeating myself when I say again, but this isn't my first time at TD Garden. So what you guys saw and what you guys think is entertainment or fans think is entertainment, all is fair in competition. If somebody's going to call out on my name, I'm going to look them straight in the eye and see if they're really about it," added Irving. Most of the time they're not. While his post-game comments won't do him any favors in avoiding a penalty from the league, for Irving, this seems to be a more nuanced take on the fan base he jilted to join the Nets in 2019. Number 2. Embracing the hate.
I want to attack every fan, every Boston fan, but When people start yelling pussy and bitch and fuck you and all.
Irving has learned to embrace the hate that has followed him since his decision to leave Boston, saying that he's on the dark side. Unlikely to do much in the way of mending fences, Irving embracing the role of heel in Boston will at least go a long way towards, as he himself once expressed a desire for, to keep it hoop when he's at the Garden, if nothing else. "I know what to expect here," Irving said, "and it's the same energy I'm giving back to them. It is what it is. I'm not really focused on it. It's fun, you know what I'm saying? Where I'm from, I've dealt with it so much, so coming in here, you relish it as a competitor. This isn't my first time at TD Garden, so what you guys saw, what you guys think is entertainment, or the fans think is entertainment, all is fair in competition. So if somebody's going to call out on my name, I'm going to look at them straight in the eye and see if they're really about it. Most of the time they're not. A huge reason why Celtics fans feel the way they do about Kyrie is because he once committed to re-signing with the franchise right in front of that very crowd, but later withdrew himself emotionally from the team as the season dragged on. He had a similar reaction of being unfazed when criticized for being unvaccinated. Number 1. Irving lost his grandfather not too long ago.
Kyrie sends it for three. Oh, Kyrie Irving!
Little did Celtics fans know at the time that Irving was dealing with the loss of his grandfather, which weighed heavily on him throughout the season. That was said to be a significant factor in his decision to play for the team he rooted for growing up and returning closer to his hometown of West Orange, New Jersey, as he began to realize the importance of family, which is totally understandable. With that said, Celtics fans are still going into boo, which is fine, and a little bit of trash talk is fair game as well. However, Irving is still a human being, a philanthropic, thoughtful, and kind one at that. Using such vulgar language towards him and throwing water bottles at his head is crossing the line, and while Irving is undoubtedly going to get fined for how he responded to Celtics' fans, let's not make him the villain here. The Boston Celtics Brooklyn Nets series looks like it has the potential to go all 7 games. The game went down to the wire, and the Celtics only won after Jason Tatum hit an amazing buzzer-beating layup. Hopefully, we do get to see an all-time series, and there's no doubt that Kyrie Irving will do his best to make it an upset. So let us know your thoughts on the hostile reactions between the Celtics fans and Irving in the comments down below. If you enjoy the video, let us know by smashing that like button, and if you haven't done so already, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on more NBA goodness in the future. And with that, we'll see you guys later in another video. Bye now!